Now some centers, there's not room to get your hand in, or pegs and wedges, and so in the starter kit that we sell, we include a supply of long shims, and that is the purpose of these shims, is to be able to put them into a center so that it's easier to shim and use your pegs and wedges that way. This letter is ready to glue at this point. Okay, we've removed the masking for purpose of gluing, and the next thing that you want to do always before gluing is make sure that the letter is down against the hem of the letter edge. At this point it's ready to glue, so we're using our number 4 weld on first. And that will take about a minute to dry. While it's drying, I will be drilling the holes for the pop rivets. So what we're doing here is securing the edge of the letter edge to the plex letter with our shims. And you can, if you choose to, glue each section as you go. This letter is glued, it's jigged with, and it's glued with number 4 weld on. If you have any small openings, especially in your corners, the duct seal that comes with the accessory kit is for this purpose. You use a small amount of it and just fill that opening. Okay, it's ready to apply number 16 weld on. Okay, while the glue is drying, you can either build your next letter, or you can take advantage of the letter being jigged to the table and take your letter back that's going to fit into the letter and see what kind of adjustments need to be made for a good fit. So I can see at this point that the letter edge needs to be hand formed right here a little bit, and then on the insert, because it's not fitting up as close as it could, and then these two curves right here also need to be adjusted. So in order to do that, the beauty of letter edge is its hand formability. You can just use your thumb and form the letter edge, supporting it with your other hand until it more closely matches the shape of the cutout letter. That's pretty good. And then the next point is this curve here, and on the other side we'll give it a little bit more, and so you're just using your fingers and your hands to hand form it so that it will fit better. And that's a pretty good fit there, and I can see that it needs some forming right in here. And you can see when it's formed properly, the letter will just fit right in. And then this point, there will be a L-clip to tighten this up, and then there will be L-clips in each of the legs where screws will be inserted. So that's a good fit at this point. A screwdriver will help you to get into areas after the letter is in there, and it can help you to form the letter shape, the letter edge to the letter shape. So that's a pretty good fit. After all of the letters are drilled and pop riveted, the next step is to turn the letters all over and look at how they look. And you can use your mallet and tighten up the corners. And areas like the reverse break that rolls back so far, you're stretching the metal so far that the metal will exceed its stretching capability, and there will be a crack or a break. And we use the duct seal for that reason, and just force it into that opening. And then the touch-up paint that comes on each coil of letter edge can be used to cover that. And so at this point, you're just looking at the letter and making sure all your straight sides are straight, your curves are all at the correct radius, and just make it look as good as you can. The final step is using the touch-up paint that's included with each roll of letter edge, and you're going to touch up each screw and the pop rivets. Some of the situations in larger letters, larger than 24 inches, sometimes the back has a slight curve in it that will be noticeable. And so I've purposely put this curve in here so that you can see how to fix that. The way to do that is to bend an L shape out of any kind of material that you have, preferably aluminum or galvanized, and a ½ inch on one end, and then this is about 1 1/4 inches. And then you're going to apply very high bond tape to this across the length. And you'll position this shape directly underneath the foam. And then once you attach it, it will straighten that side right up. Sometimes it may be necessary to put a pop rivet in there to additionally secure it. But that is a way to take the curvature out of the material. Sometimes it happens. Our anodized material, such as bright gold, is protected with a plastic material, a film. And we're often asked, well, how do you get that film off? And so what I want to show you here is an easy way to remove the film, then it still will be able to protect the letter. Before your letter edge is used, before it's fabricated to the letter, what you want to do is take a knife and just score the back hem like that, turn it over and score that piece of material that you're going to use to attach to a letter, score it on the front hem, and then score it along the front edge, or along the hem, along the edge that's going to be fitted up to the letter. And then this piece of mylar will come off, and you've loosened it on both hems. Now the face is still protected. And after the letter is built, then it's a simple matter then of removing the rest of the mylar after the letter is fabricated. So the secret to it is running a score across the back hem, across the front hem, and then across the edge of the hem that's going to fit up against your Plex letter. Another thing that to keep in mind is for letters that are in an exterior application, it's required to have a weep hole in the low section, in each section of the letter that has a low point. And so just a 1/4 inch hole will allow moisture to drain out. We also find it helpful to make a teepee out of scrap letter edge that will look like this. And then you can use very high bond tape on both of these ears, and then that will cover that weep hole. And then when the letter is attached on the wall, no light will leak out, and it will still allow moisture to drain out of the interior of the letter. Okay, some styles of letters, such as the capital A, with an insert with straight sides, do not allow you to bend the metal or over collapse it like we did on the R. So that requires a little bit different technique to create the center. And what we do here is take our letter edge material and remove the foam prior to bending the letter. So after the insert is all bent, with the foam off, then we can take the insert and insert it through the face. And with the foam being off, it takes off that half inch of obstacle to keep the insert from sliding into the face. And so you can see how easy that will slide into the face. And then it's ready to glue.
Thank you, Jack. I hope that you have found this demonstration useful, and we appreciate your taking the time to watch it. And feel free to give us a call at any time or send us an email if you have any questions you need answered about our product.